Lil Wayne's story doesn't begin with flashing lights, sold-out stadiums, or the glint of diamond-encrusted jewelry. It starts in the shadowed, unforgiving streets of New Orleans, a city where beauty and brutality dance in a tense, eternal tango. Imagine a young boy, just 12 years old, standing in the dim glow of a cramped Hollygrove home, the air thick with the humidity of a Louisiana summer and the weight of a despair so profound it swallowed him whole. In that moment, overwhelmed by a hopelessness that seemed to offer no escape, he made a choice that could have ended everything. He took his mother's gun, pressed its cold barrel to his chest, and pulled the trigger. The bullet tore through his flesh, ripping a path of destruction just inches from his heart, a wound so severe it should have been his final note. Yet from that harrowing, near-fatal instant, Dwayne Michael Carter Jr., the child who'd one day ascend to the throne of rap as Lil Wayne, emerged not broken but reborn. He didn't merely survive that brush with death. He transformed it into fuel, channeling his pain, his rage, and his unyielding will into music that would resonate across continents, amassing a fortune that stretches into the hundreds of millions. Today, he stands as a towering mogul, a figure whose empire boasts sprawling multi-million-dollar mansions that gleam like architectural wonders, supercars that roar with raw power and prestige, and jewelry so extravagant it could outshine a royal treasury. But Lil Wayne isn't just a rapper cloaked in wealth. He's a cultural titan, a living legend whose influence has sculpted the landscape of modern hip-hop for over 2 decades. So, what was the alchemy, the improbable magic, that lifted him from the violent, poverty-stricken corners of Hollygrove to the dazzling zenith of global stardom? How has he managed to wield unbroken influence over the rap game for more than 20 years, a marathon of relevance few can claim? And perhaps most tantalizingly, beneath the layers of glitz, glamour, and gold, who is Lil Wayne at his essence? To unravel this epic tale, we must journey back to his roots, to the soil that shaped him, nurtured him, and nearly destroyed him. New Orleans isn't just a backdrop. It's a character in this story, a city of paradoxes where the soulful wail of jazz floats through the air alongside the sharp crack of gunfire. Known for its vibrant tapestry of music, food, and Mardi Gras revelry, it's also a place shadowed by deep-seated poverty, systemic inequality, and a crime rate that has long haunted its streets. In the blistering heat of Louisiana, within the tight-knit grid of the 17th Ward's Hollygrove neighborhood, Dwayne Michael Carter Jr. came of age. Hollygrove wasn't a postcard-perfect suburb with manicured lawns and cul-de-sacs. It was a raw, unpolished enclave where homes sagged under the weight of time, their paint peeling in the relentless sun, their windows barred against the threats lurking outside. The streets buzzed with life, yes, but also with danger. Kids playing in the dust one moment, scattering at the sound of sirens the next, mothers calling their children inside as dusk fell, knowing the night brought risks no one could fully predict. For Dwayne, this was home, a place where dreams were both born and buried, where survival demanded resilience, and where hope was a fragile, precious thing. His childhood bore no resemblance to the carefree days of storybooks. There were no sprawling playgrounds, no endless summer vacations, just the stark reality of a life shaped by scarcity. Hunger was a frequent companion, its gnawing presence a reminder of his mother's relentless struggle to keep food on the table. The nights were punctuated by the distant pop of gunshots, a grim soundtrack to his youth that underscored the fragility of existence in Hollygrove. The world around him seemed designed to crush ambition, to keep its residents tethered to a cycle of want and despair. Yet within this crucible of adversity, Dwayne harbored a gift that set him apart, a talent that glowed like a beacon in the darkness, an innate mastery of rap. His lyrics weren't mere words scribbled in haste. They were a lifeline, a weapon forged in the fires of his experience, sharp enough to cut through the barriers of poverty, prejudice, and a fate that might have otherwise shackled him to the streets. This boy, who'd one day be hailed as Lil Wayne, a hip-hop colossus, a visionary, one of the greatest rappers to ever grip a microphone, wasn't handed a golden ticket or born into privilege. Long before the world roared his name, before the platinum plaques adorned his walls, he was an 8-year-old dreamer, a kid consumed by music, hunched over a notebook in the flickering light of a single bulb, scribbling verses with a fervor that hinted at the seismic force he'd become. Even then, he was resolute, driven by an unshakable belief that his voice, his story, would echo far beyond the narrow confines of Hollygrove, that the world would have no choice but to stop and listen. Born on September 27, 1982, Dwayne Michael Carter Jr. entered a world that offered little stability from the jump. His parents' marriage crumbled when he was just 2 years old, a fracture that severed his connection to his father entirely. The man who should have been a pillar in his life became a phantom, leaving behind a void that would echo through Dwayne's formative years. Raised solely by his mother, a woman of unyielding strength and quiet sacrifice, he grew up in the shadow of her labor. She was a cook, her days spent bent over sizzling stoves, her hands roughened by the grind, her spirit tested by the ceaseless task of making ends meet in a neighborhood that offered no reprieve. In Hollygrove, survival wasn't guaranteed. It was earned day by hard-fought day, and she poured every ounce of herself into ensuring her son had a roof, a meal, a chance. For Dwayne, her love was a lifeline, a steady presence in a life otherwise marked by absence. But the lack of a father figure left a mark, a quiet ache, a question unanswered, a space that music would eventually rush in to fill. From his earliest days, Dwayne stood out as more than just another kid scraping by. He was bright, inquisitive, and fiercely intelligent, qualities that shone like diamonds in the rough of his surroundings. School became a sanctuary, a place where his quick mind could flex and flourish. He excelled academically, his grades a testament to a brain that refused to be dimmed by circumstance. Teachers took note, seeing in him a spark of potential that transcended the chaos outside the classroom walls. He joined the drama club, a creative outlet where his imagination could roam free, and famously stepped into the role of the Tin Man in a school production of The Wizard of Oz. The choice was almost poetic, a boy searching for a heart in a world that often seemed cold and unyielding, only to discover it beating fiercely within himself, fueled by the rhythm and rhyme of his own creation. Acting gave him a stage, but it was rap that claimed his soul. At just 8 years old, he penned his first verse, a simple string of words scratched onto a scrap of paper in a child's unsteady hand. It wasn't just a playful scribble, it was a declaration, the first whisper of a journey that would carry him from the margins to the center of the hip-hop universe. That moment, innocent as it seemed, was the genesis of a legacy, the planting of a seed that would grow into a towering oak, its branches stretching far beyond the streets that birthed it. Building an empire. The triumph of the Carter III didn't mark a finish line, it was a springboard. Lil Wayne didn't just bask in the glow of his Grammys or rest on the laurels of a million-selling week. He expanded, turning his success into an empire that would reshape the industry. In 2005, he'd founded Young Money Entertainment, a subsidiary of Cash Money, but post-Carter III, it became a powerhouse. He scouted talent with a keen eye, signing artists who'd become the next generation's titans. Drake, a Canadian actor turned rapper with a knack for melody and introspection. Nicki Minaj, a Queen's firebrand whose theatrical flair and razor-sharp bars would redefine female rap. And Tyga, a Cali kid with a flair for hooks. Under Wayne's mentorship, Young Money became a dynasty, its roster dominating the 2010s. Drake's Take Care in 2011, Nicki's Pink Friday in 2010, and Tyga's hits like Rack City turned the label into a hit factory, each artist carrying Wayne's imprimatur while carving their own lane. "I'm the godfather of this shit," he'd boast, and the charts backed him up. Young Money artists racked up dozens of top 10 hits, their collective success a testament to his vision. Beyond music, Lil Wayne ventured into business, diversifying his portfolio with the instincts of a mogul. In 2012, he launched Truckfit, a skate-inspired clothing line that blended streetwear with his personal style, snapbacks, tie-dye tees, and bold graphics. It wasn't just a vanity project, it sold in Macy's and Zoomies, tapping into a youth market hungry for his vibe. In 2019, he entered the cannabis game with GKUA Ultra Premium, a high-end weed brand marketed as the best flower for the highest minds, reflecting his lifelong love of the herb. He'd been open about smoking since his teens, often lighting up in interviews. "Weed is my inspiration," he'd say, and GKUA turned that into profit, its sleek branding and premium strains earning buzz. He partnered with Bamboo Rum, a craft spirit with a pirate vibe, becoming a co-owner and ambassador. Its sweet, spiced flavor a nod to his New Orleans roots. He even dipped into sports, managing boxer Roy Jones Jr. and launching a sports agency, showing his reach stretched far beyond the mic. Each venture bore his stamp, bold, unorthodox, unmistakably Wayne. Success, though, came with storms. Legal troubles shadowed his rise, a byproduct of fame and his defiance of norms. In 2007, he was arrested in New York for gun possession after a show, a charge that lingered like a dark cloud. In 2010, it caught up. He pled guilty and served 8 months at Rikers Island, a stint that could have derailed him. Instead, he turned it into fuel. Behind bars, he wrote tirelessly, penning verses on legal pads, his mind racing even as his body was confined. He released I Am Not a Human Being in 2010, a digital-only album recorded pre-prison, with tracks like Right Above It, with Drake hitting number 6 on the Hot 100. How you niggas wanna play it? I'm a beast. I'm a creature. Proving he could rule from a cell. Released in November 2010, he emerged unbroken, greeted by fans and a young money crew eager to reclaim the throne. Through every trial, lawsuits, health scares from lean use, feuds with cash money over money, he endured, his legacy cemented. I'm a survivor, he'd say, and the proof was in his reign. A life of extravagance. Now, step into Lil Wayne's lavish universe, a world where hundreds of millions don't just buy comfort, they buy spectacle. This isn't a man who lives quietly. His lifestyle is a billboard, a testament to his rise from Hollygrove's dust to hip-hop's pantheon. Multi-million-dollar mansions, a fleet of Bugattis, Rolls-Royces, and Maybachs, diamond-drenched jewelry, luxury watches that gleam like stars. Lil Wayne embodies extravagance in a way that's both ostentatious and iconic. His homes aren't mere shelters, they're monuments, each brick and beam a trophy of his grind, proof he turned a kid's dreams into a king's reality. From the sun-soaked shores of Miami Beach to the secluded peaks of California's hidden hills, his real estate empire is a map of ambition, a gallery of opulence that dazzles the eye and boggles the mind. A standard house wouldn't suffice for Lil Wayne. He needed spaces that mirrored his creativity, his flair, his larger-than-life persona. Miami Beach became his playground, a city of flash and freedom that matched his vibe. In 2010, he dove into luxury real estate with a jaw-dropping mansion on Lagos Island, a private enclave off Miami's coast reserved for the ultra-wealthy. Think billionaires, CEOs, and A-listers who crave seclusion with a view. Spanning 15,000 square feet, the estate was a modern marvel, its massive glass walls reflecting Florida's golden sunlight, giving it a sleek, futuristic glow. Inside, the opulence was staggering. 9 bedrooms, each with floor-to-ceiling windows framing the Atlantic Ocean, blurring the line between indoor luxury and outdoor serenity. The design was airy, open, a seamless blend of spaces that felt both grand and intimate. The 2-story master suite was the crown jewel, a sprawling retreat with a private balcony where Wayne could watch the sun dip below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, or wake to the gentle crash of waves against the shore. The room was a sanctuary, its size rivaling some apartments, its decor a mix of minimalist chic and rapper swagger. Think plush white linens offset by bold art pieces, a nod to his eclectic taste. The mansion wasn't just a home, it was a lifestyle hub. A private recording studio sat at its heart, its walls lined with soundproof foam, its console gleaming with the tools that birthed some of his biggest hits. Here, in the humid glow of Miami nights, he'd lay down tracks, the ocean breeze slipping through a cracked window as beats pulsed through the speakers. An infinity pool stretched toward the horizon, its water shimmering like liquid glass, flanked by a sleek outdoor barbecue area where he'd host parties that stretched into dawn, grills sizzling with steak and shrimp, laughter mingling with the thump of his latest tracks. The living room was a cavernous expanse, its modern furniture, low-slung leather sofas, glass tables, arranged to soak in the panoramic views. In 2017, he sold it for $10 million, not because he was done with Miami, but because he'd set his sights on something even grander. The sale wasn't a retreat, it was a power move, a step up the ladder of luxury. In 2018, he relocated to Allison Island, a quieter, more exclusive speck in Miami's Biscayne Bay, a haven for billionaires and celebrities who prize privacy over flash. His new digs, a 10,600 square foot mansion, were an architectural stunner, a minimalist masterpiece that balanced sophistication with swagger. Designed with extensive use of glass and natural wood, it blended seamlessly with its surroundings, the ocean lapping at its edges like a moat around a castle. The interior was a study in modern elegance, a palette of crisp whites, warm wooden browns, and transparent glass that bathed the space in light. The master bedroom was a vast expanse, its floor-to-ceiling glass walls offering an uninterrupted view of the sea, dolphins occasionally leaping in the distance, yachts gliding silently across the water. The walk-in closet was a fashionista's dream, a high-end showroom of custom racks holding his truck-fit gear, designer suits, and rows of sneakers that could stock a boutique. The spa-style bathroom was a retreat unto itself. Marble floors, a soaking tub big enough for two, a rainfall shower that felt like standing under a tropical storm. The living room, with its plush sectional and massive flat screen, was a space for unwinding, or for hosting, its doors opening to an outdoor paradise. That outdoor space was breathtaking. An infinity pool with a panoramic ocean view, its edge seeming to spill into the horizon. A lush green relaxation area with palm trees swaying in the breeze, and an outdoor barbecue section where parties raged. Think DJs spinning, champagne flowing, guests from Drake to local Miami legends trading stories under the stars. Lil Wayne snagged this gem for $16.7 million, a steal in a market where exclusivity drives prices skyward. Real estate experts now peg its value at nearly $30 million, a testament to his knack for investments that grow like his rhymes. Bold, strategic, and always ahead of the curve. Allison Island wasn't just a home. It was a statement, a fortress of luxury that matched his status as hip-hop royalty. Miami offered coastal dazzle, but Lil Wayne craved something more secluded, a retreat from the spotlight's glare. In 2021, he found it in Hidden Hills, California, a gated enclave in Los Angeles' San Fernando Valley, where stars like Drake, Kim Kardashian, and Justin Bieber hide from the world. His new prize, a 3.3-acre estate that redefined extravagance. The 12,100 square foot mansion, with its distinctive pyramid-shaped roof, was a contemporary marvel, 7 bedrooms, 10 bathrooms, each corner dripping with high-end design. The grand entrance opened to a massive living room, its high ceilings soaring like a cathedral, its floor-to-ceiling glass walls framing breathtaking views of the rolling hills beyond. The interior was a symphony of sleek tones, white walls, gray accents, warm wood floors, creating an ambience that was both elegant and cozy, a rare balance for a space so vast. Deeper inside, the amenities were fit for a mogul. A private theater with state-of-the-art sound and plush recliners, perfect for screening his videos or binging classics. A personal wine cellar stocked with rare bottles. Think Chateau Margaux and Screaming Eagle. Its cool air a sanctuary for a connoisseur. A fully equipped gym with mirrored walls and top-tier machines, where he'd sweat out the stress of fame. And a high-end bar, its marble counter gleaming, its shelves lined with bamboo rum and aged whiskeys for late-night toasts. Outside, the estate was a private Eden. A large swimming pool with crystal-clear water, its surface reflecting the California sun. A basketball court where he'd shoot hoops with friends or his kids. The echo of the ball a rare moment of normalcy. And a manicured garden, its paths winding through. Roses and citrus trees, a quiet spot to think or smoke. Hidden Hills' unparalleled privacy was its true draw. No paparazzi lurking, no fans at the gate. Just a sanctuary where Lil Wayne could be Dwayne Carter, if only for a moment. He bought it for $15.4 million, a bargain in a neighborhood where prices often double that, and its value has only climbed since. Looking at his real estate journey, from a broke kid in Hollygrove to a man who owns some of America's most coveted properties, one can't help but marvel. Each mansion is a chapter, a milestone, a brick-and-mortar testament to a dream made real. And this is just a slice. Who knows what palaces he'll claim next? But his wealth doesn't stop at homes. His supercar collection is a roaring symphony of power and prestige. The Supercar Symphony. In hip-hop, luxury cars aren't just transport. They're statements, rolling declarations of power, success, and swagger. Lil Wayne has turned the streets into his personal runway. His supercar collection a testament to his rise from Hollygrove's cracked pavement to the pinnacle of fame. From high-speed machines that scream performance to opulent cruisers that whisper wealth, every vehicle in his garage is a trophy, a chrome and carbon fiber monument to a kid who made it against all odds. His journey into the world of cars didn't begin with million-dollar hypercars. It started modestly, with a Porsche Boxster at 19. Fresh off the block is hot success. He dropped $70,000 on the sleek convertible, its silver body glinting in the New Orleans sun. It wasn't the flashiest ride, but for Wayne, it was a rite of passage, a reward for years of hustle, a first taste of the wealth he'd soon command. "I felt like a king," he'd later recall, the wind whipping through his dreads as he cruised the city. That Boxster was the spark, the opening note in a symphony that would grow louder, faster, and far more extravagant as his fame swelled. As his fortune ballooned, so did his garage, evolving into a lineup that would make any car enthusiast drool. One of the crown jewels is the McLaren 720S, a British supercar that's as much art as machine. Priced at around $400,000, it's a study in aerodynamics, its sleek lines cutting through the air, its butterfly doors rising like wings ready to take flight. Under the hood, 710 horsepower purrs, propelling it from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in a blistering 2.9 seconds, a rush Wayne relishes. Painted in a custom orange, it's a standout even in Miami's sea of flash, its roar a soundtrack to his dominance. "When I drive this, it's not just a car, it's a vibe," he said, and you can picture him behind the wheel, dreads swinging, shades on, turning heads as he tears through South Beach. The 720S isn't about subtlety. It's about speed, power, and presence, a perfect match for a man who lives loud. But sometimes, Wayne craves refinement over raw speed, and that's where the Rolls-Royce Phantom Coupe comes in. At $443,000, it's a mobile palace, a rolling testament to luxury that's less about racing and more about reigning. Its V12 engine hums smoothly, its ride so quiet you could hear a whisper inside. The interior is a cocoon of decadence, hand-stitched leather seats softer than a cloud, wood trim polished to a mirror shine, and the signature Starlight headliner, a constellation of fiber-optic lights mimicking a night sky. "It's like driving a dream," he's mused, and it's easy to see why. This isn't a car for the streets of Hollygrove. It's a throne for the king he's become. Painted in a deep black with chrome accents, it glides through Los Angeles or Miami like a shadow, its spirit of ecstasy hood ornament leading the way. For Wayne, it's not just transport. It's a symbol, a nod to the prestige he's earned. No elite collection is complete without a Bugatti Veyron, and Lil Wayne was among the first rappers to claim this engineering marvel. At $1.8 million, it's a beast of a different breed, 1,000 horsepower, a top speed of 407 kilometers per hour that once made it the world's fastest production car. Its sleek, low-slung body, painted in a custom red and black scheme, is a sight to behold, its W16 engine a marvel of modern tech. Wayne snagged it in 2008, fresh off the Carter III's Triumph, and bragged, "I didn't just buy a Bugatti, I was one of the first in hip-hop to do it." That claim wasn't just flex, it was fact, a bold move that placed him among the world's wealthiest, rubbing elbows with sheiks and tech billionaires. The Veyron isn't practical, it's a statement, a trophy for those who play big and spend bigger. "It's like owning a rocket," he said, and when he rolls through the streets, it's a spectacle. Heads turn, phones snap pics, the exhaust growl a reminder of his reign. Yet the Veyron isn't his priciest ride. That honor goes to the Maybach 62 Landaulet, a $1.9 million rarity that redefines luxury. One of only a handful ever made. It's not for the loud and brash. It's for those who understand subtlety's power. Its retractable rear roof opens to the sky, a nod to vintage convertibles, while its interior is a masterclass in excess. Hand-stitched leather, a world-class sound system, champagne flutes nestled in the console. Painted in a pristine white, it's less about speed though its V12 delivers, and more about supremacy. This ain't a car, it's a lifestyle, Wayne's quipped, and riding in it, he's not just a rapper, he's royalty, gliding through the world with an aura that silences doubters. From a boy who once walked New Orleans' rough streets to a man commanding a fleet worth millions, his cars tell a story of triumph, each one a chapter in a saga of grit and glory. The Bling King. Lil Wayne's wealth doesn't stop at cars. He's a jewelry connoisseur. His collection of diamonds, gold, and high-end watches a dazzling testament to his status. If supercars assert his dominance on the road, jewelry is how he shines everywhere else, a walking billboard of success. Since his Hot Boys days, he's been draped in bling, but as his fortune grew, so did the scale. Oversized chains, heavyweight pendants, diamond-studded bracelets, rings that gleam like tiny suns. His stash is a treasure trove that'd make a pirate blush. "Jewelry's my armor," he said, and it's more than flash. It's identity, a way of life that screams he's made it. One standout is his custom white gold and diamond dragon chain, a piece worth hundreds of thousands. Picture it, a serpentine beast coiled around his neck, its scales glittering with flawless stones, its eyes two piercing emeralds, a creation that took jewelers weeks to craft. He's rarely seen without a chain, each one a statement. From the iconic Young Money logo, a solid gold emblem of his empire, to a playful smiley face that nods to his lighter side. His watch collection is equally jaw-dropping, a lineup that'd make a Swiss horologist weep. The diamond-encrusted Rolex Skydweller, worth several $100,000, is a favorite, its face a mosaic of gems, its mechanics a marvel of precision. Beyond Rolex, he owns Audemars Piguet, Richard Mille, and Hublot pieces, each customized with diamonds that catch the light like a disco ball. "Time's money, so I wear it loud," he's joked, and these aren't just accessories, they're investments, their value climbing with his fame. Perhaps most iconic are his diamond grills, a rap staple he took to new heights. While most sport removable bling, Wayne went permanent in 2008, embedding diamonds into his teeth, a $150,000 smile that sparkles with every grin. "I wanted something forever," he said, and it's a light show. 8 teeth capped in platinum and stones, a dazzling display of excess. But he's not just about self-adornment. He's generous, showering those he loves with lavish gifts. In 2020, he gifted Nicki Minaj's newborn daughter a haul of Balenciaga, Gucci, and Chanel, tiny outfits worth thousands, a gesture of loyalty to his young money queen. His daughter Regina Carter, though, gets the royal treatment. At 16, he gave her a BMW X4 and a $400,000 Ferrari 599 GTO. Its red curves a teenage dream. The next year, a Range Rover joined her fleet, ensuring she'd roll in style. "My princess deserves the world," he said, and for Wayne, spending isn't just flex. It's joy, a celebration of success shared with those who matter most. What do you think about Lil Wayne's life, career, and lifestyle? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Finally, all the information in this video has been gathered from reliable sources and is for reference purposes only. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel to keep the conversation going.